Hello, in this video I would like to present you my Messor Barbarus Colony. You can see their setup now, and I would like to talk about their history. They arrived in mid-September 2024 and they had quite a turbulent history. This is a story about them. They arrived in this test tube and there was a queen and around 10 workers. Unfortunately, during shipping from Spain to Italy, the colony suffered a lot. The travel lasted more than a week and a few workers were already dead upon arrival. I also made the mistake of transferring them immediately into an outhouse 2x test tube, which is quite useful, but it caused additional stress for both the queen and the colony. This is the situation after the first week in the new test tube. I filmed them through the red filter because I didn't want to bother them additionally. After another week, I had to add a small outworld because it became nearly impossible to feed them without at least one escapee. This too added further stress. By the end of September, only 5 workers remained with the queen. I decided to name the queen Carmen, as she came from Spain. This outhouse 2x is quite useful because you can change water easily, and there are compartments, 3 compartments in the test tube, so you can scale the humidity in it. This is the situation in October. You can see them now without the red filter. There is a queen and a few workers, and you cannot see the eggs yet, but the important thing is that they started to accept some food, some grains, and that was a good sign. By the end of October, there were only 3 workers left, but there were also 2 or 3 larvae, which gave me some hope. As a food, they accepted grains, seeds, and cricket jam I ordered from Ant Store, as well as some super alimento that I ordered from Ant Dimension. Another good sign was that they started to carry out the remains of their food. In mid-November, I placed them in a wine cooler to begin diapause, and they were mostly on 13.5 degrees Celsius in that period. On the 17th of February, I took them out of the wine cooler. I also did a slightly larger outworld where I could place a feeder with seeds and a drinking trough. The following day, I offered them a small portion of cricket jam, and they also enjoyed dehydrated gramarus and super alimento that I were offering them even before. By the end of April, the colony had grown to 7 workers. By the end of May, 15, and by the end of June, 20. In this footage from April, you can see some brood. this recording from May, you can see some pupa here close to the water tank in the 2 bags from the house. After all the troubles that they went through, 20 workers in June were quite a success. They used to store seeds in the tube that connected the tubex with the outworld. The main reason for that, I would say, was the fact that they didn't have any substrate, so they had to use something to close the entrance into the tube. Now again, you can see some brood, especially pupa here, but also some larvae close to the water tank. And a nice pile of brood with the queen. By July, I felt confident that things were finally progressing well with this colony. By September, the colony had grown to more than 50 workers along with brood. They also began storing seeds in the outworld. At that point, I decided to move them into a formicarium with its own outworld. I placed the nest tube inside a new outworld, and they moved into the nest after just 1 day. You can see how beautiful they are. I like these 3D printed modules from Ant Dimension in Spain. The one to the right is still closed, it is not open for the ants to go in. The one to the left is inhabited and you can see that they thrive in it. By the end of October, there were around 100 workers, and I decided to put them into diapause in November. On the 13th of February, I took them out of the wine cooler. The workers immediately resumed active foraging. By the end of February, I counted around 145 workers and observed a large pile of eggs, at least 15 larvae and several pupae. I would say the colony did well in the diapause. They didn't even have one dead worker. this is the situation now in March 2026 in the outworld. You can see that there are even some majors that I have in this colony, and I'm quite happy with them. They eat well, they take care of the queen and of the brood, and they are doing well.